Okay, we ready to start this show?
I'm ready.
Hey, everybody's here. Everybody's ready to rock and roll. All right, so good evening, everybody. Welcome. Tonight's Planning Commission, Fortuna Planning Commission. So just to let everybody know that's watching at home, hopefully there's a lot of people watching at home. This is our first web webinar, whatever you want to call it, on this thing. So on this live TV is, this is on Access Humboldt. So anybody wants to call in, there'll be time to call in. The number will pop up on the screen. Please call in. We want to talk to you. And if you have the service, jump in. This is all being done because of the COVID-19. And we are still being part of the Brown Act. We're still part of meeting legally. The governor signed some petitions and executive orders and that kind of thing. So we're still doing this right. There's comment if you like to email a comment. Katie, you want me to give your email? Okay, so you can email to Katie at kschmidt@ci.fortuna.ca.us. If you want to email a comment or a question, you can do that. Or there'll be a phone number to call in at 707-725-1484, and they will take your at that time. So as we start this meeting, we're going to do everything the same way we normally do as best we can. Tonight we're going to do a flag salute. I'm going to do the flag salute, and please forgive us for not standing. It doesn't mean any disrespect to anybody. It's just we're all sitting at home, and we're going to see the flag on the screen. So it's going to pop up here, and we'll give the flag salute. So Katie, if you please. All good. Technical difficulties. This is our first one, so we're going to get this. There it is. Okay, so I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, at this time, I'm looking for approval of the minutes from the March.
We're going to do a roll call real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess you want that, huh? Roll call, please. I'm sorry.
All right, Commissioner Blakely.
Here.
Commissioner Bradley. Commissioner Church. Commissioner Halley.
Here.
Commissioner McClendon.
Here.
Chairman Mobley.
Here.
Commissioner Moore.
Present.
And Vice Chair Rogers.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay. So now can I get approval for the March 10th meeting?
Motion to approve the minutes from the March 10th meeting.
I'll second.
Okay. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Roll call vote. Commissioner Blakely.
Yes.
Commissioner Halley.
Yes.
Commissioner McClendon.
Yes.
Chairman Mobley.
Yes.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
And Vice Chair Rogers.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. So, all right. At this time, we're going to open it up for oral comment to the public. Members of the public may be heard on any subject of interest that is not on the agenda. Speakers addressed commission will be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Please be advised by law, commission is not able to deliberate or take action on issues presented during oral comment. So at this time, we're asking anybody at home that would like to speak up, please call in to the number again at 707-725-1484. So while we do that, we're gonna take a second and all look at each other. So I'm looking at Katie, see if we're getting anything from her. So anybody been by the yard, see our new chickens? There it is. So I'm guessing we're not getting anybody, so looking to.
No calls.
Looking for a motion to close public comment.
Motion
Motion
to
to close public comment.
I'll second that motion, Sandy.
Thanks, Rachel.
Roll call vote. Commissioner Blakely.
Yes.
Commissioner Hallie.
Yes.
Commissioner McClendon.
Yes.
Chairman Mobley.
Yes.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
And Vice Chair Rogers.
Yes.
Okay. So getting on with public business. Tonight we got some a good one. Public hearing to consider approval of a conditional use permit for firefighter training facility in the commercial thoroughfare zone. Applicant is Fortuna Fire Protection District. The property is at APN number 201-071-026 off of Westcott Road. And this is a commercial thoroughfare. So Liz, can we get some background on this, please?
Yes, Chairman Mobley and planning commissioners. This is a conditional use permit for a fire training facility in the, as you said, the commercial thoroughfare zoning district. It's located on a 1.1 acre parcel right behind the existing fire station, which is located on Fortuna Boulevard and Newburgh Road. I think everybody's familiar with that if you live in town at all. And it is a pretty isolated parcel as far as it doesn't have any direct frontage on Fortuna Boulevard. It's set back behind the fire station and behind Fort Busco and Ace Hardware, and then behind the residences that are on Newburgh Road. So it's not really visible. And it is set back from, in particular, the residences, which I will get more into that momentarily. And the facility itself, it does include a training tower, which is a prefabricated metal structure, which is going to be placed kind of at the rear of the parcel. It will also have an a classroom just for the firefighting students and, for continuing education and things like that. And then it will be paved, partially paved with a parking lot for the facilities and also some road improvements. So I'm going to put the site plan on the screen. This is the aerial. Let's see. So the parcel is bound in blue. And it does have this, what we call a flag lot configuration, where a portion of the fee title does border on Newburgh Road, and that will be paved with a driveway. And then the primary access is from Westcott Drive, which is a road off of Fortuna Boulevard. And you can see the fire station here where they do currently do this training. They have classrooms in the fire hall, and they also do some drills and things in the parking lot. So, in that regard, significant portion of the activities are already taking place there. So again, the blue line is the parcel. We've got, I think this is the storage yard for Ace Hardware to the north, the auto supply store to the east. There are a couple of houses along Newburgh Road, and then this large vacant parcel. So, and then on the site itself, I'll show you the site plan on the next slide, but the red X indicates the location, general location of the tower, the training tower, and then the yellow is this classroom building. Let's see. So, and on this site, you can see that the property is vacant. There aren't any special features on the site. It's level, and it's like basically grass and weeds and things like that. There aren't any trees. There aren't any water features. There's nothing unique on the site. And then the surrounding uses, you can see, and then the zoning boundary does extend to the western property line. So this is commercial thoroughfare, as consistent with the the commercial nature of Fortuna Boulevard. So I'm going to go to the next slide here. So this is the site plan, and I believe you got your folders electronically, but you do have this in your packet. So let's see. What you can't quite see, because I did sort of a close-up, or I slice this a little bit. The fire hall is just to the bottom of the site plan, and then this is the primary access on Westcott Lane, and this is the new classroom, and then the training tower is right here. This is the paved, like concrete area, and then the tower itself has a smaller footprint right here. So the paved area is 20 by 40. It's an 800 square foot footprint for the structure, and the concrete area is 9,600 square foot pad. The classroom is 2,000 square foot. And then you can see the darker area, the shaded area is the asphalt, and there's some parking spaces to the west of the classroom. And then the rest of the area will just be gravel. Let's see. And I don't have a slide of the tower itself, but you did have a picture in your packet, and I believe you had also some photographs of similar types of fire towers. Again, it's a prefabricated metal structure. The packet says it's 34 feet. It's actually 39 feet tall. It's got the 3 levels with the rooms, and then on the top it's got it's just got the metal supports for like an exterior space to occupy. So the total, including that, just the smaller portion with the railing, is 39 feet. So currently the fire district does conduct classroom training at the adjoining station, and then they do some outdoor firefighting exercises, and they do that for up to 3 times a month. Typically, they're held on Wednesdays. They're ongoing training on the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th Wednesdays, if there's a 5th Wednesday of that month. And those will typically run from 6:30 to 9:30 at the latest. And there are typically 35 participants for each of those nights. And then they do have the academy for a portion of the year, which is 17 hours per week for 2 months, and that's the Eel River Fire Academy. So the total hours is pretty limited. It's not an ongoing nightly thing. And then there are various drills and scenarios held in each of those rooms. The any fire training is normally going to be with gas fuel, or what kind of fuel did Lon say it was?
Propane.
You want me to help you?
Yeah, well, I'll open it up. But I believe you said propane, didn't you?
Yes.
Sorry. And then maybe, much fewer nights, probably 3, typically 3 nights where they would have a fuel fire. So the fuel fire, the propane fires would have really no impact or noticeability. And then the wood fuel fires would be held in one of the rooms and would have, noticeability comparable to like a burn pile. So, it's pretty limited, the use for that type of a use. And then the other thing that I did look at was the distance to anybody who would be impacted, and it's pretty distant. You saw the location of the tower. It is 360 feet. The nearest residence is 360 feet to the west. And then to the south on Newburgh Road, it's 240 feet. And generally the wind is going, from the west to the east. So I think the impact will be pretty minimal. What else? Oh, I wanted to point out, so the tower and the building, they do meet the standards of the zoning code. You've got the findings in your packet, which describe the conformance with the city standards, general plan, zoning code, building code, improvement standards. And so the zoning standards are met. The height of the structure, as I said, including just the railing on top, is 39 feet. And the commercial thoroughfare zone actually allows a maximum height of 48 feet. And that's even for principally permitted uses. So new building, new structure just outright with a building permit may go up to 48 feet. So this is, 9 feet under that. If you have any other questions, I did notice a couple of mistakes in the findings, especially relating to traffic. There are a couple of references to a residential use, and so I just wanted to have those struck. They don't apply to this project, but they just got carried over. And if you want to talk about the findings at all, or if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those. And of course, Lon Winburn and Russ Brown are participating in the Zoom meeting, and I'm sure they can answer any questions as well. So I'll hand that back to the chairman.
Thank you. All right. So at this time, anybody have any questions for Liz? Any of our members? Rachel, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
Good. I just had to wait a moment for the internet to catch up with me.
There you go.
So Liz, you mostly answered my question about other buildings that were nearby. My other question is about that lot that's currently empty, that's adjacent to the lot that the tower will be built on. What's the distance? I was having a hard time viewing what the distance is between that lot, or do we know who owns it? Is it likely to be developed in any sort of
Let me look at my plan real quick for the distance. The setback is 40 feet between the tower and that property line, which is pretty good. The commercial thoroughfare zone, I think it calls for 20 feet between a commercial use and a neighboring residential use.
Yeah, that gives me a good idea. I've run down by the fire tower that's in South Eureka off of Hillficker, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that answers my question. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Anyone else have any questions for Liz? Comments? Okay, seeing none. I guess we're going to open it up to public comment again. So again, anybody at home that'd like to speak on this, please call the number 707-725-1484 and let it be known what you want to say. We want people to call in. We do have a couple of people that are online with us that if they would like to speak on this subject, either Russ or Lon. So as we're waiting to see if anyone wants to call in or email your questions to Katie at kschmidt@ci.fortuna.ca.us.
Hey, Chris, this is Lon. I'll just throw out there that both Russ and I are on the call. Thank you, Liz, for laying it out. I think you covered everything well, so we're certainly here for questions.
So I see Katie's back already. So is that saying we don't have anybody calling in? We're not having anything going on?
We do not.
Okay. Anybody else like to say anything? Bring up anything? Want to talk about anything? Now's your chance. Okay. So I'm looking at this thing and I'm thinking it's a great idea. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to run through it myself. I'd love to be able to do that again. It's been a long time since I played with fire, so it'd be a lot of fun. So if anybody at this moment wants to make a motion on this subject, get off mute.
I'll move that we approve the conditional use permit for a firefighter training facility in a commercial thoroughfare zone.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, can I get a roll call vote again, please?
Commissioner Blakely,
Yes.
Commissioner Hallie,
Yes.
Commissioner McClendon,
Yes.
Chairman Mobley,
Yes.
Chairman Moore, or Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
and Vice Chair Rogers.
Yes.
All right, there we go. Made it happen. Thank you, everybody, for doing that. All right, next order of business would be Liz. Anything you want to talk about as far as what's been going on and anything new?
Well, I want to thank you for participating in the Zoom meeting. So that's the first one that the Planning Commission has participated in, and I think it's the third that the city overall has done. So I think it seems to have gone really well. I think, the meeting component, just being together, I think is, there's that sense that the Planning Commission is working together and there's a good dialogue going on. So I think that, and we're staying safe in our own spaces. So thank you for doing that. And thanks for Katie. She worked hard to set it up. Doing this the first time, there are a lot of little pieces and, any one of those pieces could create a problem. So I think, to make sure everything was carefully addressed and it's gone really well. So thanks everybody. As far as anything else, just looking at my list, it's quiet in the office right now, just because, there's not a lot of activity outside, but construction activities for the most part are essential services. So people are still building and repairing things. And Creating housing that's an essential service. So we are, we're here. It's, as everybody is experiencing, it's awkward to work, in not in direct contact with people, but I think we're doing a good job. And some of us are working at home at City Hall. There's just a few of us left at City Hall, and we're still transitioning to working at home as well. But, just wanting to make sure that we have our communication to the public open. So we do, there's notifications out there on how to contact us and how to interact. So we're taking care of that. We're reviewing building permits, and, we still have a good number of just the general flow of inquiries and miscellaneous kinds of permits like business licenses and building permit review and just all kinds of assistance to the public. As far as projects go, there's nothing directly in line to come forward, but we are working on 2 subdivisions that you have not seen yet, and they're minor. One is a 2 split for existing residences, and the other, I think, is creating 4 lots. So, they both have their own little issues that we're working through. And then we're working on the improvement plans and the final maps for 4 subdivisions that you have approved. So those are actually a lot of work behind the scenes that are keeping us busy. And there's definitely still activity in Fortuna at this point. So do you have any questions, anybody?
All right.
Okay.
Okay, I guess we're looking
I just
for a
want to
motion.
say good job, everybody.
Yes,
Yes,
good
I
job.
agree.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys, for putting it all together. It was definitely different than seeing everybody, so definitely different. All right. Well, looking for a motion to close now.
Motion to close planning commission meeting.
I'll second.
Okay, you're up,
Roll
Katie.
call vote. Commissioner Blakely,
Yes.
Commissioner Hallie,
Yes.
Commissioner McClendon,
Yes.
Chairman Mobley,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Aye.
and Vice Chair Rogers.
Yes.
All right. Thank you all. Have a good one.